join the studio, I clicked I am wearing headphone, but I haven't connected yet. So
Oh,
I
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it tripped a little over there.
Bro, I got some questions for you.
Tell me.
Of everyone I know, you were the best at cold approach in the lands.
Yeah, I thought it's a question.
I have many questions.
Is my aura too high?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking down, like from a god perspective. Let me go.
Bro, I think that haircut really suits you.
The hiccup? Oh, thanks,
Your hair.
thanks.
Do you agree?
No, like if we do business, like I should go up. Like you, like what you are doing now?
Dude, I have so many questions. So, bro, I've been out here for 5 months. I've completely neglected dating, cold approach, dating apps, girls in general, up until the last 2 days. And I'm feeling the pull back into it. So I've been randomly approaching, dude. I set myself a thing, like I need to approach at least um,
Okay.
one person a day, just to like get the reps back in and get back into that social flow. The girl I approached today is probably the most attractive girl I've seen in like a year. Like fucking gorgeous,
No. And
dude. She's Ukrainian. She had a boyfriend. She's very nice, but gorgeous.
yeah, the problem with Hawaii is all like couples go there.
Dude, I'm in the worst spot in the world. Like, I'm kind of glad I'm leaving because there's no volume. There are some pretty girls around, but like, there's no volume, so you can't really push it. But
Go to
like,
Bali.
yeah, I need to go to Bali. Honestly, even Australia is better than Rawai because there are beautiful girls around. I've only been doing it 2 days. The two girls I've approached both had boyfriends. One was 37 or something. She was so old. But like it's not there's no demographic of like young, attractive girls that you would want to be getting reps in, which sucks. I wanted to because you are the best setter in the game. What are your tips? Give me some tips, bro. I need to get back into it.
You probably should ask from the victim's perspective. She's on the bed. So not now.
Just speak in code. In terms of business leads,
But I am wearing headphones. Very good. I thought we were talking about social media, so I was not prepared.
um, the only reason I ask is I'm thinking of just where my mind is going with monetization, and I'm very much I don't know, bro. After like the pendulum swings back and forth. Like I go like I'm not even gonna focus on dating or like approaching or
Yeah.
anything like that. Then I swing back and I want to like go fully into it, and I'm moving back into the swinging into it. And you're the only person I know in real life who actually is like extremely good at it.
I feel like like I'm getting set up. Once I'm too high on a pedestal, it's easy to get knocked down. I would just say you go Bali for now.
So would you agree that environment is a massive factor in
Of course, of course.
yeah, dude, it's crazy. Um, but
When are you finishing the lease at this
2 weeks
2 weeks? And where are you going?
back to Sydney. I have the ultra marathon.
Got it. So after the marathon, will you go to Bali or
Maybe I have between the ultra marathon and the first Ironman, I have like 6 weeks, so I'll need to be trained for that. I have so many
I
fucking events, bro.
I would say just give it 3 days at Bali at least before the. That'd be my tip.
I want
I'll
to,
give Bali a try.
yeah, I want to go and do Bali, but I want to give it like a proper go. Like live there like 2 3 months.
Mm.
But dude, give me some tips. Spread
No,
some knowledge, bro. Don't gatekeep it. Like, how would you get a business league? What's the name of the
last month you were asking me, bro, like which AI tools we're using. Like, and I couldn't give you a proper name. It feels like gatekeeping, but I genuinely just didn't notice. It's like the privilege is invisible to those who have it. Pretty girls are like that as well. They are not aware of those attention, those favors are not from the niceness of the people. It's because they want something from them, and they usually go through their lives without knowing it until they lose their beauty at older age. That that's the best I can tell you.
What?
Wh- What?
How is that a tip for colder, bro?
No, no. I- that means I am not aware of what I'm doing.
You think you're just naturally good at it?
I'll say do a large quantity of it.
Yeah. I agree with that.
That's like a factual but useless tip, you know?
Did you ever go through a period where you just did like a fuckload of reps? You were like, I'm just gonna get good at this, or were you just always good at it?
I've been doing it since I was 14, man.
Yeah, but like, were you specifically going out when you were 14 and
No,
like, I'm getting these reps in?
no. Uh,
That's interesting. That's interesting.
yeah.
Would you,
I wrote the full guide, so maybe you can ask GPT about it.
bro? This is what I'm asking you about. I'm asking about this full ass guy.
You know the gold nuggets like they flood out or they bleed out at innocuous moments.
Bro, because here's what I'm thinking. For monetizing the brand I'm building, I think the coolest thing I could do right now is like um sell like a digital product on how to build an aesthetic Instagram, which would cover Instagram growth, like how to set up your profile, this and that. The last piece I need to get over 100K followers, and then I need 9 like really good carousels of like just like aesthetic looking shots, and then I'll just leave them up forever. So it's like a very aesthetic thing. Because if you look up how to build an aesthetic Instagram, dude, they get like 500,000 views on YouTube. Like there's a huge demand from men.
Mhm.
And there's many ways you could market it. You could market it from the perspective of like you'll get better networking opportunities. You can meet more like high level friends. But you can also market it from the dating perspective that it's like, if you think Tinder and Hinge are the dating apps, actually Instagram is the dating app.
Correct.
And I've had so many people ask me like how to build a big thing. So I think you could do that. But then also, I think you could put together a whole suite of like masculine self-improvement stuff, which would one aspect of it would be how to build an Instagram. Another aspect would be fitness, how to do like a 75 hard transformation. I think another really cool thing would be you do like a 30-day 75 hard challenge, but it's to improve your social skills and your like cold approach. I don't know what tasks you would put in it to like complete it though. You know what I mean? Like approach one person a day.
I just send you an Instagram username. He is selling courses or building a community of 1,000 people on how to grow their social
Yeah,
media.
I know this guy. I've seen this guy.
He's good. So and also I have a couple other ones.
I don't think
I
he
have
is.
a look.
I
I
disagree.
have a look. Yeah, I have a look into these people, but they seem to be very good at the IG game. It's on my to study list.
So Minnow Lee, he has built a big following, but if you look at his Instagram, let's pretend he was a girl and you clicked on this Instagram. And I'm not saying mine is good. I need to do work on mine. I would not be obviously you'd be impressed with the follower count, but like the types of videos he's putting up are very like business, Mr. Beast, Ryan Trahan type, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I think there's a much bigger demand for someone to build an account like an Iman, like the type of shit that Iman puts up. Like the
Isn't that what Hormozy is doing already?
no, no, dude, look at Hormozy's page versus Iman's page.
Okay, I will.
Under
I need to study there now.
under the guise of like, what is a more aesthetic Instagram page? You know what I mean? Hormozy's is just like business, algorithm success. Iman's is more like film photo aesthetic, like high value
Okay.
displaying. You know what I mean?
Iman is more cinematic.
More like he's displaying that he's a high value person that you want to connect with.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think there's a huge demand for people to build an Instagram like that. Does that make sense?
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Because would you rather have an Instagram like Iman or like Hormozy's?
Yeah. I I I agree with you. This materialistic approach works on both males and females.
Well, not even necessarily materialistic, just that you're like you're showing that you have a cool life.
It attracts those who want to enjoy the same level of luxury.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but what would you put in this? Let's say you had to take Indian janitor who's 4 foot and you had to improve his social skills and you had to do it through like a 30-day challenge. What would you make him do?
The single most important thing is location. You need to move to the right city. Then you just do numbers.
Would you work up or would you just go straight for the kill?
Straight for the kill.
Straight for the kill. When you say
Well,
numbers,
like again, you're asking me, but maybe it's different for different people, you know?
bro, you're acting like you're not the expert, but you are the expert.
Yeah. Because a lot of things are internalized and naturalized.
You're talking about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, What would constitute
It, it,
volume?
it's like you're grabbing LeBron James by the shoulder, like shaking him. Tell me how? Like he couldn't answer. Generally, I don't think he can answer that.
You're telling me you're the fucking LeBron James of cold storage?
See, yes.
I mean, of all the people I've met, you kind of are.
Yeah, he would tell you because I'm tall, I'm strong, and I practice. Generally, that
What would you constitute as volume though?
approach as many as possible.
Okay, dude, I'm trying to set up like a 75 hard challenge. What do you think is a realistic like 5 a day, 10 a day, 20 a day?
Or it depends on the person, right?
No, bro, it doesn't depend on the person. Imagine you were trying to do a 75 hard checklist and you're like, oh, depends on the
Fine.
person. I can't tell.
Go to like a very friendly city. You got a desirable male to female ratio, and yeah, just start from there. You gain confidence through the process, and the more you do it, the more confidence you get. Because those cities have positive feedback loops. Oops.
What example? Give me 3 examples of cities you would say.
Top of mind, Mexico City. Bangkok is good. Moscow is good.
Sing. I was more so hoping you had like distilled this down into like I like starting with an end goal in mind and then distilling it down to daily things that you can check off and you work towards
Well,
the end.
just like I sent you those two PDFs, right? Use ChatGPT to come up with a routine from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best.
Bro, here's my like more larger view on not just Instagram growth, business, anything. Whatever you're selling or building around has to come back to the 3 tenets, which are
Okay.
health, wealth, or love. And
Okay.
your product or whatever you sell or whatever you're growing needs to help the person achieve the end goal in one of those tenets, right?
Okay.
So realistically, the reason why people would want to grow an Instagram would be to achieve one of those end goals, probably wealth or love. They want to either
Okay.
attract someone or
Okay.
they want to make money from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so it's like giving someone the tools or the framework to then achieve that goal.
Okay. That reminds me of a quote that goes, "Don't sell the product, sell the result."
Yes. Yes, that is correct. But then so stay with me now.
Okay, I am.
Someone would buy a product to get an end goal in either wealth or love. So I'm trying to work backwards and distill a product or a framework that I could put together to get someone from point A to point B. So the reason I'm asking you about cold approach is if someone wanted to achieve, like, what would the end goal be? It would be they get more girls or they find a long-term partner or something. But that's a very abstract goal endpoint.
For me, it's the latter.
What do you mean?
Like the latter. Find like the the love of my life, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, find the love of your life. Yes. So, okay. So,
Or you can perceive it as if you see her on the street, like cafe, bus, whatever, and you don't miss the opportunity, right?
yes. Yes. Okay. Now you're on the
That
same wavelength. What I'm trying to do is distill backwards. That's a very abstract, like pie in the sky endpoint, correct?
okay.
Find the love of my life or my wife or someone I want to have kids with.
Yeah.
You need to then, to help someone get to that endpoint, distill it backwards. And I think the best way to do it is to come up with a protocol or framework that you have daily things you need to do that will, at some point along the way, get you to that endpoint.
Yeah, I don't have a perfect answer. It's like someone trying to go to MBA, someone trying to build a unicorn. Just do it. The answers will answer themselves along the process.
Yeah, but
Again, it's location and numbers. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Right, so this is gonna be my product. It's gonna be a daily checklist, move city, approach numbers, and they just have to check that off every day.
Yes, because you won't understand what I wrote unless you did numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I got something else prepared for today.
Okay.
So it's called dead internet theory. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
So have you seen those AI monkey vlogs, Day in the Life in the
Yes.
Jungle, fake news anchor, like AI generated sitcoms? So and also the problem issue of Tinder is very fucking fake. Instagram is fake. The filters, the photoshops, the the pixel mind fucking. So
Agreed.
overall, the game is broken, right? So with the progression of AI, more and more stuff in internet will be made from computers instead of real humans. So maybe after all, people gonna return to laying in the sun, play pickleball, gym, video games, and acoustic guitars, like how we did before technology. That's the theory.
Yeah, I've thought about it. I think it goes one of two ways. Either everyone goes behind like gated communities where people are verified human because people want to know that it's human. But then I started thinking maybe people won't care that it's dead internet because think about how many people chat with ChatGPT all day and it's like their best friend and
Sure.
they're like dating ChatGPT. They don't care that it's not a real human. So why would they care that the content they're watching or like comments they're consuming are um like not real humans either? You know what I mean?
Mm, mm.
I don't think people will exodus social media and the internet because it's fake and go back to like being on the beach, playing paddle. Like,
No, I agree. There's no going back. It'll only like be more and more, but the genuine connections will still be built offline.
yeah, yes, that is true. But I don't think there's going to be a big push towards it because, like, let's go back before the internet and you're like, okay, there's going to be so much more digital connection. People will crave the in person connection more. I don't think we ever saw that. We only saw the trend away from in person connection.
So for those monkey like vlogs in the jungle or capybara vlogs AI made, they have 50 mil, 100 mil like followers on IG. Well, it turns out people don't really care if it's like a real human's PewDiePie's vlog or like some AI character's vlog,
Wow,
as long as it's
crazy.
entertaining. Yeah, it's crazy.
Um, yeah. Crazy thing about AI is how fast it's improving, man.
Yeah, bro. Exponential.
Literally exponential.
Human brains only can perceive things like linearly, right? But this thing grows fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I have another thing prepared. Is called plot maxing. So whenever you hesitate or doubt yourself, just tell yourself and do it for the plot, right? If you read any books on storytelling, like The Hero with a Thousand Faces, one inevitable element is that no one likes a story that the main character was just born with everything, right? Every single greatest human story in humankind has to include struggles. So plot maxing. There you go.
That's true. I like that. Every situation asks what would be the better story.
Yep.
Agreed.
All right. What do you want to go from here? Oh, you said since I am doing IG, you want to give me some tips.
Yes. Yes. Well, tell me what your end goal with IG is so we can work backwards.
Honestly, because I saw because some channels postly very low effort production memes and gain a huge amount of following. That's why I was trying those type of content. Apparently, those critical thinking series I made about 160 episodes are very hard to keep people's attention. So I'm trying those. Just like a scientific experiment.
Um, do you have an example of the low effort meme pages that get a lot of views?
I can use my phone to pull up now if you care. Check out Jacob uh, RO. Wait, I'll just type it for you. It's a long ass name. Jacob Rogo T. Okay, there you go.
Nothing comes up when I do that. You spell it wrong?
Check out this spelling, Nikki.
It's like actually fucking funny as
So this kid genuinely is commanding more attention than NBC, CNN, Fox News, whatever high production like kids are like the movie sets like that. He's garnering more attention with such low effort. Uh, the
okay.
effort to
Here,
reward ratio, right? He's saying, I want to try that.
okay. So let's use that second. I can only see this second guy. Oh, that's his name.
Check out this spell because I was trying to tag the at username. If there's one, he's blue checked. Did you find him? A really obese guy.
Okay, yeah, you could build a page like this. All right, here's step one. Here's mistake one that I observe on your profile. You're posting it on your personal page, which is a big. You shouldn't do it.
Why is that?
Reason one is this is how the algorithm works. Instagram will trial your reel on 10% of your audience, and it will garner the information that it gathers from that trial to decide whether to push it to another 10% of people. And if that 10% initial 10% of people don't connect, engage, watch like long duration of the reel, they'll never push it to more people, right? So
Mm.
I imagine the people that are following you now are people you know in real life, maybe girls you met, maybe people from college, digital nomads. They are probably interested in you personally and not the memes that like the meme-ish reels that you're going to put up. They are not your target audience to grow on that, right? So you are like swimming against a current that is moving against you. So that would be step one. I would start a new account. And the other reason I think there's a few reasons you want to start a new account. New accounts get an algorithm boost when you post new content.
You look freezing. I turn off the AC.
Yeah.
Sorry.
New accounts get an algorithm boost in the algorithm when you make them, and it's all fresh. So the people that follow you and that content will dig later content if you put it up like that, right?
Okay.
So you'll be putting in a lot of effort if you're posting it on your personal. The third reason is like you're gonna want your personal account in the future anyway. It's like if you get a ton of followers, let's say best case scenario, you somehow got a ton of followers despite it working against you, you're probably gonna want your untouched like personal account regardless. So that would be step one is create a new account that you
Uh-huh.
are going out of your way to grow on. Second problem is your reels are not they're not native to Instagram. So you're doing the same like meme format caption over the top, but
Mhm.
the font is wrong. It's in the wrong spot on the thing. Uh, and like that's an easy fix. So you want to literally copy the exact same framework that these viral reels are doing. So you have like using your latest three mistakes on it. You have the black like border up the top. That
Mhm.
has never gone viral. I've never seen that specific format go viral.
No.
The font is wrong. The font is the wrong color, and the music is wrong as well.
Okay. Send me some really viral ones so I can take a look at that.
Well, just based off so here's like operationally how you would actually do it. Let's use
Uh-huh.
Lisso OO, that guy. He's crazy viral.
Uh-huh.
You would take
Yeah.
one of his massive let's use this as an example. You would literally take that reel and you don't copy what is being said, but you copy
Mhm.
the entire framework. So take the exact same music that he's using, use the exact same font that he's using it, and put it in the exact same part of the screen. Does that make sense? So you can make the exact same reel that you made. You just need to package it in the viral, like in a proven viral way. So you need to put the text in the right part of the screen. You need to use the right font, and you need to use the right audio
Okay.
because these are the ingredients to a reel that goes viral, and you want to give yourself the highest likelihood to go, right? Is what I'm saying makes sense?
Yeah. Thanks for the
'Cause
tips. Yeah.
so
I'll sit on it.
what you're posting is it could be the funniest concept in the world, but because you're packaging it in the wrong way, um, it would never go viral.
I'll think on it.
What's wrong, bro? You seem a bit
No,
low energy.
no, it just need time to process.
Yeah, yeah. You tired?
No,
You seem a bit low energy.
no, no, no. I'm thinking. That's why I'm
Uh,
processing what you said. Yeah.
So I would legitimately start with those two things. I'd make a new account, a fresh
Uh-huh.
account that will get the algorithm boost and you'll be able to garner the audience that you want. And then start posting reels that are in the framework. Because all of these guys are using the same thing. They're using the same font. It's in the same part of the screen. I guarantee you they're using the same music. Uh,
Where they usually put the font, like lower.
Here's operationally how you do it. Download the Instagram reel, go to like an Instagram reel downloader, put it into CapCut, and then like overlay it with your video that you're doing it, and then make sure the font lines up with the same spot.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Literally is like as like brain dead as that.
All right. Got it.
Yeah.
Can I tell you about something else?
Coach, bro.
So, you know how females post scandalous photos for short-term attention, but
Yeah.
you actually hurt them in the long term, right? On IG.
Sorry. I just fucking Yeah.
So, females post scandalous, very sexual photos on IG for very short-term attention, right?
Yeah.
Many of the girls I follow, they did that. So both you and I know from the male's perspective, that's the wrong kind of attention, right? It hurt them in the long term because a real serious husband will never like that, correct?
Correct.
So I was thinking, what's the male equivalent of that? Do you have it? Can you answer? I have an answer already. That's why I'm asking you. It's very easy, actually.
Okay, wait, let me think this through. Okay. You're getting onto a like a bigger concept with like why dating is so adversarial, like it's very like angry.
Yeah.
It's because men and women value different things in each other. So women value status in men, and you can distill status down to attention and respect, which could be one example of that could be how many followers you have, how much engagement you're getting. So women think to become more desirable to men, I need more attention and likes. So they start posting that stuff, not knowing that men do not value status in a girl. That
Correct.
arguably it's a detractor. You would prefer a girl with no Instagram or a private Instagram, right? So
Like, like, the meme that if you follow girls on Instagram, you see Dubai, like Russia,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maldives, you're cooked.
But I think girls post stuff like that because if they saw that on a guy's profile, they'd be like, "Oh, this guy has money. He's like traveling. He has status." So they
Mm,
think I should do that as well to signal that I'm a high value person. But it doesn't work like that. So I'm trying to reverse it.
yeah.
What do men? Um, is it looks maxing?
Partially, but that is the not the answer I wrote down.
What do men really value looks, fertility,
I can just give it to you, man.
wait, no, 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 I'm trying to work this through. Um, they value looks, fertility, and loyalty, so they would present themselves on social media as like a provider, like I don't know, looks maxer, but that's not what they want at all.
I don't think you're like approaching in the right direction, so I'm just gonna give it to you. Again, females want wealth, money, right? Men is the equivalence is showing off rented Lambos, exactly what every rapper does in their music video and daily lives too. Going to that, overdraft the future to get the bling chains, grow teeth, cash bricks, right? Chase the girls with BBL asterisks, right? Those are not true wealth. Real wealth is stocks, equity, investments. It's like going to that, the showing off those like fake wealth. It's like yeah.
I disagree with you. I don't think girls value money as much as guys think they do.
No, I hold my ground on that.
Bro, okay, here's what I think. I think
Thank
girls value status above anything else. To a degree, status is made up of money, but like it's also kind of not. I don't think like I don't think a girl would want someone like a Bill Gates type who makes a shitload of money over like a broke rock star artist, you know?
Yeah, I don't have a determinate answer to wealth or fame, which is more important.
Because, bro, what you're saying, let's say a dude was posting his stock portfolio online. I don't think a girl would give a singular fuck about
No,
like that he's like, you know what I mean? Like even if he has real wealth
okay.
or signaling that he has real wealth, I don't think a girl gives a single fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're okay. You got a point too.
I think girls want two things. They want fun and they want a dude with status. He plays somewhat of a role to facilitate that, but money isn't necessarily like if you were flexing money and shit online, I don't think you're getting a ton of girls, whether it's rented or not. If you're flexing status and you're having fun, I think you'd get way more girls as opposed to just signaling money.
It's like Alex Hormozy like screaming business losses into the versus Iman Ghazi. Which get more?
Yes, but yes, yes. You perfectly encapsulated it.
Apparently, Hormozy is probably 10x the wealth
Exactly, bro.
of Iman, but
Bro, but I don't know any girls that's like fucking Hormozy is like I'm lusting over Hormozy. You know what I mean?
yeah, yes.
Even though he is, like, extremely wealthy, he signals that he's extremely wealthy, but what does he not signal? Like, fun, like a fun lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
you if attraction is the main goal, you need to, um, you need to highlight that you have fun. Girls just want to have fun, bro.
All right. That's a very good conclusion. I have another thing. Yeah, recently I figured out what's the good answer to capitalism inequality, because it's been a long, like, lasting issue, right? With it, people, meanwhile, they enjoy the benefits of the capitalism, but on the other hand, they complain about the inequality, right? Because that's an inevitable result. The reason why everybody needs to come to peace with it is, imagine, okay, with today's prices, you're a billionaire. I have 10 billions. You have only 1 billion. Does it really make a difference in terms of service we can purchase, products we can buy, experiences
No.
we can enjoy? No, because we're billionaires. It doesn't matter you have 10x more hours. Exactly, in the future, with the progression of AI, all the digital goods, services will have their cost next to zero. So are physical products. So in other words, everyone will be very, very well off. You have 100 billion, I have 1 billion. Who cares?
Wait, so you're saying that the end goal of capitalism actually doesn't matter, the inequality?
Capitalism will make people's lives better off, like, unquestionably.
So true, bro. We kind of touched on this ages ago, but and I don't know who I saw talking about it. The difference in quality of life between the lower and upper class, let's say 500 years ago, when it was like kings and peasants, massive difference in like day to day quality of life. The difference of quality of life between me and you and Elon Musk, bro. We're texting on the same iPhone. We're using the
The
same
same AC, right?
same AC. We're eating the same food, the same quality of food. It's like, what is the
Member is not that different.
bro? Exactly. It's like, what are the actual tangible differences? He flies on a private jet. He goes on a yacht or something. But like, they're very minor differences, and capitalism is to thank for that. So like, yeah,
Right.
as you go on, dude, yeah, 100% agree with this.
Imagine now everything like it's a cent, right? A few cents. It doesn't really matter that even if Elon is a trillionaire, they're not just not that many things he can buy.
100%, bro. 100%. This is why I love talking to you, bro, because I was talking to my dad and his friend about like this kind of topic, and they weren't on the same wavelength very much.
But back to the rappers topic, I wrote down. Do you know what's nouveau riche? It's a French word. Also in Chinese word, it's called 暴发户. It's basically describing the people from a low social class who recently become very rich and gain a large sum of fortune. They always come with some flamboyant, showing off, very fit, like very annoying, like showing wealth behaviors. Yeah, there's no word for this in English.
New money, new rich.
New money is a neutral word.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's the people that like trashy with their money
Yeah,
because they've come into it very fast. Um, yeah,
it's like exactly what the crypto kids are doing.
yeah, like pouring champagne over their watches that they haven't earned. Um, and like not classy, I would say. Dude, what's your timeline?
I will go. So my lease finish on the 20th. I think similar to you. I will go to Pattaya for a few days, then board on the flight back to the US. However, I haven't decided whether New York first or SF first.
Yes. Nice.
You tell me about the
Uh,
fitness stuff. We haven't covered that today.
I'm still training like a motherfucker. Um, I fly back on. So my dad is here with his friend. The rest of my family comes next Wednesday, and then my lease ends, and we all leave on the 28th. And then I'm back in Sydney. It's winter, and I have ultra marathon and then 3 Ironmans in quick succession. So
All in July?
no. Ultra is in July. First Ironman is September. Second Ironman's November. Third Ironman, the hardest Ironman's March next year. So yeah,
What a cool storyline. I'm sure if you're a storyteller like Ryan Trahan, you would make so much from it. Like it would be such a banger video. You're doing it.
would.
Just yeah.
Hopefully I can do all of it. These events are really fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's like you have to get into a very like the 0.1% of endurance, like of
Mhm.
people on Earth, and I'll do these events, but I will not continue to like pursue endurance. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna get in, get the accolades and the awards, and then leave.
Have you seen that? Do you know Ryan Trahan from the Penny series, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I think 2 days ago, he just embarked a new journey. One cool Airbnb in every state, in all 50 states of America. If
That's
I'm
all.
doing the same, huh? Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think it's as good a concept as the Penny series. Like it's not as captivating. I think he's doing that series because he wants to make work, but also just like have fun and like live a cool life. Because like that is just a cool way to live, right?
But his storytelling ability is so impressive that if I were to do the same thing, nowhere I can garner enough, like as much audiences.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Uh,
Have you given any more thought to your goal in New York or San Francisco? Is it literally just to bump shoulders with people, talk to people?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You
Like,
excited to be back in the US?
have it's like you should, according to your current goal, you should go to LA, Los Angeles, right? For the influencer culture. Maybe one collab could change your life.
How?
Collab, like, you know how TikTokers, when they were growing massively, they move into the same house to like post, to like leverage each other's audiences and exchange tips. For example, exploiting whatever algorithm n- benefit or advantage take.
That's true. Bro, here's my end goal with the social media personal brand thing. I want to be able to run it up to I want to release a digital product, run it up to 100 to 150K profit per month. I want it to be a like you do it by yourself. Like it's not a there's no touch points. I'm not jumping on calls like coaching you through anything. And it be very much a lifestyle business. I don't want to exit it. I want to I like that's the end goal with that. I don't want to do the influencer, record my day, do collabs with other people,
Mm.
any of that kind of thing. I just want like a decently sized, a few 100,000. I think the perfect level of influencer is someone like Sam Barr. He's like known in his domain and well
Mm.
respected, but
Mm.
like he probably gets stopped once a month, maybe. Like he can live a very cool life. Um, I think that is where it's like the best. For most,
Also,
not you know,
Levels IO. He's very famous in our digital nomad like group.
he's a
He
great
gets stopped.
example. Yeah.
He gets stopped a lot in SF, but as you can imagine, all those followers are extremely polite. Not one of them will come up and say, "Hey, can I ask for money from you?" None, doesn't exist. They always come up very politely. "Hey, can I take a picture with you? Hey, I work at Google. Would you like to come for a tour?" It's all very positive like that.
Yeah, dude, Peter Levels is the end goal. That's who, like, of anyone's life I know, his would be
Mm.
what I would want to recreate the most.
Figure out. All right, I want your reaction to this. The best predictor of whether a marriage will fail is how many sexual partners the female has in the past. A
So,
divorce
agree,
expert lawyer said that, and I wrote that down.
um, somewhat agree. Yeah, I know there's that study. It's like with every extra sexual partner, the the odds of a divorce go up by 10%. So it's like it's almost 100% if 10 partners or more. Um, Bro, if you go into all the like marriage stats and stuff, there's at no point is it logical for a man to get married. Like, just in terms of probability and statistics, it's like
Yeah,
it's always a very bad option.
yeah.
And
You know,
we don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
why get married according to the government when you can have
yeah.
all that you can have a marriage and not like have the government involved with it.
That's what
Uh,
Dan Bilzerian's been preaching a long time.
yeah. And I think that is correct in the current landscape.
Correct. Same.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this to you like few pause ago that in China, like the male gets zero protection from the marriage. He's fucked. He get nothing, but he lose everything.
Yeah. And dude, just objectively, the people I know that have become engaged or are married, I don't know anyone in person that it has made them more competitive, like a better person, like
Yeah.
they've gotten more in shape, they've started making more money,
Yeah.
they've started living a better life.
Good point.
This is just like my subjective experience in person. It's always normally like they get comfortable and they end up having a worse quality of life. But that isn't always the case. And Alex Hormozy is a good example. He got married and then went like supersonic. He like got more jacked. He made more money. So it's not always that case. But I think it is the norm.
Hormozy is kind of a beast like when it comes to this. I don't really understand what he wants. He said he doesn't really plan on having children. So he said he's probably going to give it away all his fortune. And with usually people his level want like women, right? Want like yachts and jets. He doesn't want any of those.
No, which is it's why it's so interesting to listen to him because he's very clearly sat and thought about this for a very long time. I think one of the most important things to think on is what do you actually want? I think
Yeah.
not many people actually know what they want because once you know what you want, figuring out how to get it is just like you just need to reverse engineer it. But I think a lot of people are barking up the wrong tree and the wrong end game.
Yeah.
What is and bro, I think I got stuck in this like maybe for the last 6 months thinking that like I want the end goal to be I get married and have like a nuclear family and have that like normal life. I don't think I want that. Like the more I think about it, I do not want that at all. I actually
Right.
have never wanted the normal road. And someone's life like Peter Levels is much more attractive to me. And I think in 10 years I'll still want that. In 20 years I'll still want that. And at no point will I be like, "Oh, I actually want to like settle down in the suburbs and have a normal wife and like 5
Yeah.
kids. I don't think at any point in my life I will want that. Maybe that will change as I get older, but like, yeah, it hasn't now. I think in 10 years I'll still want the thing that I've wanted over the last 5 years, which is freedom, the freedom to move, the freedom to change countries, like slightly more money, mainly freedom, I guess, is like
L-
every aspect.
like I have come to peace if I meet the cracked, let's say white or Russian girl. I want to settle down. That's what I always thought. But nowadays, if I don't, I'm still happily on my own. I can buy eggs from and use surrogacy and hire maid to raise them. And probably meet with the mother of the children once a year on the kid's birthday. That's not a bad lifestyle.
Bro, I've even gone as far as coming to peace with even if I don't have kids, I don't think that is necessarily the worst case scenario and option. I know that goes against like every biological like imperative that the human has, but it's like, dude, kids are like a ginormous sacrifice and you have to give up
Yeah.
a ton of your freedom. Um, and there is so much alternatives. And I like, bro, even 3 months ago, 6 months ago, I would have been like, what a, nihilistic,
Yeah.
like, degenerate way to live, like, not have kids and have a family. Is it though? Like, according to who?
Yeah, and like from the grand scheme of the universe, right? We are all just dust. Also, all those people say, "Oh my God, you have no idea. Kids bring you so much. Children bring you so much joy and happiness you never felt before." Maybe that's a backward rationalization because how much investment, how much late night sleeps you lose, right?
Bro,
How much you have to
I'll
drive
travel
them to school, right?
yeah.
You're rationalizing to yourself. Who knows?
Bro, they've made this decision that you can't undo once you do it. It's a massive decision. So, it's like people going to uni, man. Like, the amount of people that backwards rationalize that going to uni was the correct decision, whereas I know for a fact that it wasn't. I think a lot of people have kids and then backwards rationalize because of the sunk costs. That was the correct decision because it's so unbearable to live with like, if they admitted that it was the wrong decision, they either had kids with the wrong person or their lifestyle just got so much worse. And if I look back over the last like 5, 10 years of my life, the number one goal has been to increase quality of life and freedom, and kids go completely against that. So yeah, I think my thoughts will evolve on this, but I'm a lot more, I guess, open-minded to like different endpoints.
But the thing is, every single respectful male leaders I look up to, Naval, Sean Puri, like Elon Musk, if he comes to mind, Jesse Isler, Richard Branson, they all have kids and children.
That's a good point. That is a good
Right.
point.
Like, I cannot just let 10,000 years of like my ancestors' genes just keep passing on. Stop here.
Yeah, that's true.
Besides, besides, it's my retirement plan. I have always had this theory: if you have a lot of children, you won't get bullied. For example, if I now get imprisoned and throw into a like Cambodia prison, right? If I don't have one daughter, who the fuck is gonna save me? However, if I have 10 children, right? In doctors, in lawyers, in politicians, in accountant, right? I have a better chance of getting saved.
Yeah, that's true.
Family
Maybe you
business,
just get
baby.
bored. Maybe at a certain point you get bored and kids are the like purposeful path to take. Um, I don't know. It's hard. It'll be interesting to look back on this framework and mindset um in like 10 years and how it evolves.
And probably by then, due to the depopulation crisis, everybody the government forced people to donate their sperms and eggs to raise them in artificial womb.
Well, here's the other thing. AI and like humanoid robots, you might be able to have a humanoid robot nanny and you can still get really good sleep and it takes care a lot and like a lot of the labor away. So the cost to your lifestyle becomes a lot more attractive. I could see that happening. So yeah, it might evolve very quickly. I think the wrong decision would be to jump into anything really fast. I think give it like 5 years and maybe the landscape clears up a lot more as to where AI is going and what things you can expect. Um, I don't know though. The people I know who have had kids, do I envy their lifestyle over my lifestyle? No. Like their lifestyle gets
Yeah.
observably worse. Yeah, destroyed. And yeah, you got to find the right person as well.
To be honest, I think so far this is a 10 out of 10 pop. Like
You think?
like the other one. We're not getting any bling moments of like wisdom. But that's okay, it happens, you know.
Did you say 0 out of 10 pod?
No, like 10 out of 10 is the worst. Like, you know, 1 out of 10 is the like YouTube ranking, not the score.
Yeah, yeah. We have no good insights on this one.
Yeah, like to bitch, like complaining about the lifestyle.
Um, bro, well, I tried to give you my I tried to get some fucking gems out for the viewers, but you wouldn't give any.
I
You just called yourself the LeBron James of women.
okay, a Messi for football is better. You can ask him, but he's literally just programmed to kick football. He cannot do
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro, I really need to go to the bathroom, so maybe we end pod, cut our losses on this one.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude, next pod we should do is after you go to the US because you're gonna have a lot to say, I think.
hope so. Yeah.
You'll be back in the US, I'll be back in Australia. Can give the rundown on how shit life is.
Yeah, I think it'll be the end of first week or mid July. That'll be a month from now.
Yeah, yeah, easy. Bro, it'll be nice summer in the US, so that'll be good.
Yeah, honestly, I cannot think of anything else to talk about for the first time in our history.
No, we're still just
That means we're not doing enough actions in our lives.
I know, bro. I need to and my I need to do a digital product. I'm still learning a lot about that, but it's like I need to learn more. I'm gonna buy some courses and stuff.
Just sell the $99 community, private community, like the lead. What's wrong with that?
Could do that, but I think I want to learn from bigger people. Hamza, he has a thing on selling an online product. I don't know if you know Sanders Stage. I think I'm gonna buy his.
Yes, of
Uh,
course. I used
you
to
know,
binge his content, but he stopped posting for some reason.
he's really good at info. I want to buy his course. These are only like $200 courses, so I don't care about buying them and like just trying to learn what I can. And then William Brown, if you know him,
But this is only
he's like a big
do, do you know the center stage, right? He rented an Airbnb in Northern Europe, right? With a huge, like 5 meter tall glass ceiling. That's just a lot backstage. What was the guy from the Wolf of Wall Street? Jordan whom?
Belfort.
Belfort, yeah. When he does podcast or interviews nowadays, like his background is a river, a glass door and the river
That's cool.
flowing.
That's very cool.
Gorgeous. I think those are very easy investments that boost maybe 5% of your retention rate in the algorithm that get rolled up to millions of extra views.
Yeah, true. Bro, I need to go bathroom. We'll cut our losses on this pod.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, see ya.
But I always enjoyed talking to you, bro.
You can go
Peace,
first.
bro. Peace.